Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you see, for today's video, I have now my Halloween home tour. So I do decorate for Halloween, and I want to mention that also that I've always pretty much decorated for Halloween over the course of years, and my girls happen to go trick-or-treating and that sort of thing as well. So yeah, with my home tour, I don't really have anything too scary or anything. I try to keep it, pretty easy, nothing, too crazy out there. So yeah, but I just wanted to mention that, and I hope that y'all enjoy this home tour. So sit back, grab yourself a little snack or a drink, and we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll have some music playing as you see here. So I hope that you enjoy this Halloween music along with it. And after Halloween, I will be putting out some Thanksgiving decor, and then soon after that, when Thanksgiving is over, I will be going full force into Christmas, y'all. So I'd love for y'all to come back to join me for those home tours as well. And I'm trying to get together some DIYs. We'll see what I can put together before we get to well, I'm not sure about so much about Halloween, because I think we're about a week out before Halloween now that I'm getting this filmed. And I haven't released my fall home tour, but I'm sure by the time I do put this video out, I'll go ahead and have the home tour out there. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to check out my fall home tour. And like I said, I will be doing a Thanksgiving one as well, with Thanksgiving different Thanksgiving pieces. So come back and join me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started with this tour. We're gonna go ahead and start here in the dining room, since that's where we are at. And I will pan around here real quick. And let me mention this as well, that once we get through the house, we will move on out to the front porch and out to the yard, because I do have some yard decorations as well. Okay, y'all, so let's go ahead and get started over here at the buffet. And this is what the buffet looks like. I'm sorry for shaking the camera here. But yeah, here is what this looks like from a distance. I always have the tricycle down there all the time. I change out and just put different garlands and little things down in there. And then I also picked up last year the easel that you see down there from Dollar Tree. I think that was like $5 last year. I know they've gone up on the prices. And then let me go ahead and mention to y'all as well, this is something behind me that got messed up. Okay, I'm trying to scoot that back, y'all. Okay, and then I had this that I found at a thrift store last year. And if you wanted to do this, this is real easy. So what I did was I went ahead and I put something in the bottom to raise it up. And you may be able to kind of see this a little bit close up now. But all these are just plastic clear ornaments from Dollar Tree. And I've just put them in there upside down. I did put it like a creepy cloth down in there as well. You probably, I don't know how well you can see that down in there underneath. And so that way it looks like some bubbles for like a witch brew. So see, from a distance, you really can't see the tops of the ornaments. So I think that's a little cool little thing. I had seen that sometime last year when I was looking through some things, and I was excited when I found that large cauldron last year. These couple pieces here, I've had them for many, many, many years. So I just hung them on there. And then here is the top of the buffet. And a lot of these things I've had for years. Some of them are more recent. I did make the fake apples there. They are on my channel. I do have a playlist. I don't know if it could, it's probably going to be under Halloween DIYs. I do have a faux foods playlist as well, but that's probably going to be in Halloween DIY, so it's either going to be one or the other. And then these right here are some salt dough cookies that I made, and that's just with salt, I think it's flour and water, I think it is. It's been a while since I've made those, but yeah, I just used some cookie cutters with those, and I just wanted them to look like some sugar cookies. I'll pan around the rest here. And then I found this last year at a antique store, and it was really cheap, so I picked that up, and I intended to use it last year and I totally forgot, and I found it later on, and I was like, oh no, I didn't use that. So it's being used for the first time this year. I'll step on back. We'll go ahead and pan around here to the dining room table. Made this when she was younger. I think that was my youngest daughter that had made that. I cherish all kinds of things that my kids made when they were in elementary school. These come on at nighttime. They are on a timer. And then I just took some jars and I went on Microsoft Word. I made these labels. And then I just basically like distressed them with some, oh my gosh, stamp. I took a stamp with some ink and I just inked the edges of the labels there that I made. And then I just put the items down in there. And then this is just some cardstock that I just glued to the top, along with some I think it's just like utility tape. Just powder down in there to look like crushed bone. This was just an empty bottle that I have from face wash, and I just used that. So some things I just learned to get a little crafty with. And then we'll go around to this other side over here. Now this tree over here, it does light up. It comes on at nighttime, and so I don't have it going right now, but it is real pretty at night. And then some of these pieces I did have over on my bookcase last year, but I moved them over here. Here. Try not to get too fast to make y'all dizzy. And then we'll go over here to the ladder. And there's just a bow at the top that I made. placed some different blankets on my quilt rack. I found these stackable goes. Let me see if I can turn it a little bit. From a Dollar Tree this year. They were $7. There was some from Family Dollar that was exactly the same that were $5, but I could not find those. And we used to have 2 stores in my town, but now we only have 1. So I just paid the extra couple dollars and picked up those. And then I have a wreath up here that I made several years ago. This is a real cute bowl. I don't tend to use it for my trick-or-treaters, but I do like the bowl though. And then I placed a cauldron with some eyeballs down in there in the bottom. And then this wreath here was just a wood wreath, and I covered it in some of that plastic paper, not paper, but plastic. I don't know what you would call it. It comes on a spool. And so I made that little small little wreath there. And then let me step on back here because I've always wanted to do this, and I did it last year as well. And I hung my witch hats with some fishing wire, and I used some push pins, and I just pushed them into the ceiling up there, and it looks like they're floating. And then I picked up the pack of bats and spiders, I think from the Dollar General last year. And then I've made some of my own, but these actually were a pack. Well, let's see. I got one of them from Dollar General last year. Maybe it was the bats. And I think the spiders, I ordered off like Temu or something. So I don't think they came from the same place. So I just placed some of my spiders looking like they were going up the wall. This was a DIY that I made from just a wood piece from Dollar Tree. And then I'll pan around here so you can see all this. This was another wood piece that I painted, added some decorative tape to it. I also made these bottles as well, along with this. It was just a printable that I printed off and just added to a Dollar Tree mirror. Well, the mirror broke, and so I just added in there. How ironic, y'all, right? And then this was a book that I just added these pages of printables from online as well. Oh, let's take this fell over. And then there's a candle holder that I painted and glittered. And then down here on the first shelf, I have these few things. Shelf. Another cauldron down there. I don't have anything in it this year. Let's step on back. And then this is a broom that I found last year at Big Lots. I don't have any batteries in it or have it going, but it's just the sound of a witch, you know, like laughing. If you're interested, you can go back to that home tour from last year and see how that works. It does move about and stuff. My pets were actually freaked out from it last year, so I didn't do anything with it. I just, you know, put it together and left it there. But it is hilarious, and every time you get by it, it does move. And then I have this cat here that my mom gave me years ago. One of the eyeballs had come off, and I intended to put new eyeballs on it. Right now I don't have any on there. You can see where they're missing, so I need to add new eyes to the cat. But yeah, it stands upright, and it's kind of like a, oh my gosh, what's the material? What do you call it? Like a beanbag type material type thing. But it's pretty old though. And then I left this tray thing stand out here, and I just added in, that kind of fell down, but I added some spiders in here, put a crow down in there, that sort of thing. And then here in the hallway, this is like going into my daughter's bedroom. So I just put some bats on the wall there. I did that last year. I added this witch from the Dollar Tree that I've had for years. And then the bathroom door over here just has the same type of witch hat over there. And then this is the bench here. I think everything's pretty much about the same over here. I think a lot has changed. And then let's pan on over here. And this is what this corner looks like. And this crow fell over as well. And then this year I added these witch hats on here like I normally do in the summertime when I have hats out there. This was a picture that I picked up from the thrift store last year, and I painted the ghost on there. I wanted to find a creepy looking picture to do that with. And y'all, in my house, I'm not a minimalist. I have a lot of things. I've collected a lot of things. I know I've had comments in the past from people about that there's a lot of things and that sort of thing. And I mean, I do agree. I mean, I've collected a lot of things from over the years. I just turned 50 years old. So, over the course of, I don't know, maybe like 25 on, I've pretty much collected a lot of, different things, and maybe a little bit older than that. I mean, I've decorated, in my early 20s, but not to the extent, of course, as of right now. But, maybe a few things out here and there. And some people do say less is more, and I understand that and all, but it's just that I like my things. I've collected a lot of things. And then maybe at some point, I'll start trying to weed through things a little bit more. I try to do that every so often and just start donating and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention about that. This was another little DIY little sign. I painted that. This was like a Christmas tree that I painted, and then I made my own ornaments for the most part. Some were like given to me like in little swaps and things like that. But, or else I found like these from Dollar Tree. Some of them I made into ornaments. Like this is just plastic pieces here. This is the same way. This was the same way. And I just added like some, yarn to them. But that's a very inexpensive thing to do there. I love this thing. I think it's so cool the way that it does. I had it out during the fall as well. And this was a DIY that I made. I put another one somewhere else. It was supposed to hold, and I need to clean it up, but it was supposed to hold toothbrushes, and I made one for myself and one for my daughter, but we didn't really use them, so I just found another use for them around with my decorating. And then I made these as well. They are on my channel from last year, I think it was. So you can go back and see how I did that with mason jars. That was real easy. And then I do have a few things like up in here that I've placed. And then over here is a few things. top here. Try not to go too fast so y'all can see. Okay, and then I think this was like a little bag that my daughter had, and I just took it over. She wasn't using it anymore. Okay, and then we will go on over to the side. These were adorable. I found these this year at the Dollar General. I had heard about them last year, never saw them last year, but thankfully I found them this year. There was supposed to be 3 of them, but I only could find the 2 sizes, which is fine by me. I mean, it works perfect in here. But I just plopped a bunch of my fall florals in there, and I just think they're just so adorable. So let me get down a little bit closer so you can see that. Step on back here, and this is my Halloween ambiance that I chose. It's real cute. Okay, and then we'll head on over to this side. Those are some candles. I just cut the lettering out on my Cricut. And then I have these back here that are like fake hands that are down in there. And then these were from fall, and I just turned them around and painted them. So you see that's that one, and then on the other side it's the same way, and I just turned them around and I painted them and put my own thing on there myself so I could use them both times of the year. This is a little pillow that I made years ago. And then here is the couch here. And then I'll go over here to this end table. Nothing has changed over here. This is the same as what I had out for fall. And then I have these pillows. Here on this table is what I have out on here. My youngest daughter gave me that several years ago. I think it was for my birthday, and I thought that was hilarious. She's a mess. And then down here below, I just have these few things. Here's Bo. I think that's where he was at the last video. I just took him out just a little while ago. He's been getting a little antsy. And then here are some jars. I did the same thing again. I found some printables online, and then I just added them to the jars. So, well, that's wine bottles. I'm sorry. Yeah, wine bottles. So you have the frog's blood, and then I just added a little plastic frog, and then strung this necklace on there. Viper venom, and then there is some, well, I guess it's one, like little fake snake in there. This one's bat blood, and then I just added like a little bat on there. I did that. And then this one is spider venom, and then I put some spiders on there. I've always been pretty crafty for the most part. And then I have these couple of books that I stacked, and just have some candles on there that I made. I haven't burned them yet. And then down below is still from fall that I just left that down there. So that is the dining room table. And then here is my small hutch. I'll step on back. So I took a silver Dollar Tree, tray. I chalk painted it, and then I added the wording on there. I've mentioned several times before that my youngest daughter, she watched The Walking Dead with her dad. He passed away 7 years ago. And so when he passed away, she was 8 years old, and she was watching it with him. I'd also mentioned before that how it just got so violent that she stopped watching it. And then this was before he passed. And then and now that she's gotten older, she's now 16, and she has gone back and watched a lot of the seasons and episodes that she did not get to watch. So I think she's pretty much caught up now as far as I know. But yeah, she really likes that show a lot, and she really loves the character Rick, if y'all are familiar with it. And so this set just reminds me of like The Walking Dead. So when she was younger, we made this like a whole village and set it all up together and things like that. But now I just basically do it myself. Her and I also made these, so there's some on here that I've done, there's some that she's done, and so we just strung them up. That's something fun to do with kids. You know, you just take a piece of tissue and then you just tie it. Sometimes you can see them too with like lollipops. There's nothing like that in this one. You see it's just nice and flat. But yeah, we made our own faces and decorated them up, and then I just strung them on a piece of string. And it was just, I don't know, it's just a fun little memory of something that her and I did together. And then I have a few things down here. I don't know how well you can see. Just as another Dollar Tree sign back there. And I have a few things down here. That's another thing that I think is real cute, is just taking like an old pot and then just putting something in it. Like I've done it at Easter, you should say Halloween, and I don't know, it kind of just adds something kind of different, you know, to your decor. All right, let me step on back. All right, we are going to move around here to the bigger hutch. So I'll show you how that is all decorated. I have more bats over here. Some of these bats in here I did actually like trace and cut out myself. That was before I found a lot of the other bats. So I've just incorporated all those together. And I'll show you exactly what's all on here. And then we'll get in closer. Before we get over there though, let me show you this table while it's on my mind. So it kind of mimics the underneath of the other table, another jar with different things in it, and then spider, and then one of those little pieces, little signs that you set up. And then over here, I had forgotten that to get this down, so I brought that out. That was already there with my fall decor. And I'll pan up here. And I just used some frog tape, which is like painter's tape. It's comes in a pretty large roll, and it's green, and it's worked pretty good for me. I had found out from somebody else that that they'd used that, and I've had pretty good success with it. So these are two signs that I actually attached together to make it one long sign there. And then here's more of those apples that I made. This looks like it's kind of turned a little bit, I think. Yeah, it is. He's sitting on some eyeballs. And then I have my witches down here. I think they've come out with new ones at Dollar Tree. I got this one a couple years back, and I really like the way that that thing looks. And so you just add water in there and you turn it on, and then it produces like this steam. You don't use any sort of like essential oils or nothing like that with it. You just strictly put water in there. And then I just have a candle warmer here, and I thrifted this pumpkin several months back. I like it because it looks real vintage looking. Let's see, I'll show you this shelf here. So that's another one of those jars that I made. This is supposed to look like spider legs. They're just cut up pieces of pipe cleaners or chenille stems, however you want to say it. And then these are on a timer as well on each side over here. It lights up and all at nighttime, so I just left it, but it does light up. And then I had a different lantern, which is the lantern that's in the hallway. And I didn't bring that one out or anything. I just left it over there. But I was given this lantern for my birthday several weeks back. And so I sat this one down here, and I had that one down here as well. And then the only thing I had in here last year was just the hands in the bowl. Decided to add another one of those that I was talking about with you put the toothbrushes in there. So I just sat that other one over here, and then I have this jar with all these different little creepy things in it, and then I added this year down here as well. Okay, let me step on back. This bag on the end is the same one that I had up with my fall decor. And then, let's see, I brought this out and then added this piece on here. And this is just a sign that I placed down here on the back of this easel with a couple of lanterns. Then we'll go over here to the kitchen table. And this is what I have placed on here. This is like one of those little DIY things from Dollar Tree, little canvases, and I did color that. All right, and then we'll go behind here. I was looking for plates for my plate hanger here, and I couldn't find anything. I already have these plates on hand that I've had for years. And I just added the paper on the center, and then I cut out the pieces with my Cricut. So I just put a spider, a ghost, a pumpkin, and a bat. And I mean, I like the way that turned out. I'm pretty happy with it. Here's my tiered shelf here. I used to hide the ghoul back in the day with my kids. They love that. Almost like, you know, your elf that you hide, the elf on the shelf. I did that with a ghoul. That was fun. And there's the bottom there. And then on my little ladder here, I do have this towel. Step on back. Okay, we'll go over here to the wine rack. These are some more Dollar Tree pieces that I painted before. I mean, I've had them for a while. And then I put this down in here. It's the same as what's on the dining room table, but just a different color. Okay, and then we'll pan back around here. I don't have anything on the bar. No, I mean, I had that before. That's nothing new there. And then let me step on over here so you can see what all I have on this shelf here. I made this years ago with my Cricut. And then these are like ghosts that I picked up from Dollar Tree that are like stress balls, and I just placed them in a jar. And I made this little sign here. I didn't make any of these that you see here. These were all from the thrift store, and they were already like that. I didn't make those. And I'll show you this one. And this other side here, I found this while thrifting as well. I think I found that this year, I want to say. Either this year or last year. Okay, and then we'll pan back around here. Here is my 3-tiered tray. Go all around here so you can see what's all on here. I fell over a little bit. And then I just left that out from when I decorated from fall. I didn't really have anything large enough. I did have this piece right here over there last year, but I thought that it would look nicer right here and fit in. And I found that at Dollar Tree as well last year. Y'all see it's a theme, right? A lot of Dollar Tree things that I've accumulated, I tell you. I don't nearly shop there as much as I used to, especially since they've gone out on their prices. So I just don't pick up as much things anymore. I found this before as well. It was just like this, and I added a black bowl from their like dishware type, section. So I put that there. I made this last year as well. It was with some pieces that had like wording or something on there. I painted it, and then I had these jars that I also picked up from Dollar Tree as well, and I added my own candies in there, and then set a sign back there. And then I found this jar over here at Family Dollar this year. I thought that was just adorable. So I've added that in. Y'all, I'm starting out with sourdough. I pray that it will turn out okay. That's my first batch that I'm starting up, and it's been a process, but I just hope that it comes out okay. And then over here I have these skeletons that I have hung up here. Oh my goodness, I just noticed something, y'all. Look at this. Okay, see how his hands are down to the side? Okay, that's how I had them, right? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, see how his hands are crossed? I didn't do that. I did not do that. They both looked like that one. So somebody over here crossed his hands. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. The things that men will do. I think he probably thought that I wouldn't notice. And then above here at the refrigerator, I have placed a couple of those up there. Oh my goodness, I can't think of what they're called. But like little vases, and set some things up in there, some fake flowers. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and head on over here and I'll show y'all what I have on my shelf here. I decorated this a little bit differently this year. Changed some things up on this end. I had a different lantern up there last year, but I just added more books and put a couple things up there. These James Patterson books, my late husband, he had those, and there was several of them, and I've just used them for, using for different, sit things on. And then on this side over here, this is what I have. I put that sign up there. And then we'll go ahead and move on in here. This is the same wreath from the fall that I had out. Nothing different over here. Let me get a light on so we can see. And then above my vanity here, I just hung this sign here. I put these witch legs down in this basket. And then this is what I have on the shelf above the vanity. This is another printable that I found online, and I think I just attached it to a piece of cardboard. You use some tape and things to make that. Oh, this was supposed to hang like the other one, supposed to hang down, and I didn't do that. I'll just set that down there, but all right. And there is Lily. She's laying there sleeping. I'm gonna try to get through this quick since she's over here resting. I don't want the light on too long for her. But over here, this is the only other thing I have in here that is for Halloween. And I just left my sunflower on my tree from the fall, and I just put a spider web and a spider on there. And then mostly these ornaments are from Dollar Tree. These like this came in like a set that I got in a pack, I think from somewhere. I can't remember where now. But, and like that one's the same way, same pack and everything. But a lot of these others are all Dollar Tree that I picked up. Like a lot of these like wood ones, these eyeballs, these like this. These came with, I think that was like 2 to a pack. So I got a lot of those were all Dollar Tree as well. I like having the tree on at nighttime. It's nice. Just sit in the bed, watch some TV, and have the tree on, like your normal Christmas tree. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on out here towards the garage. Let me show you this area. I mentioned about this last year. It's like a mummy that I found from Big Lots. I don't have him going either. He's a nuisance. If you turn him on, every time you come by him, he makes all kinds of different noises and sounds and says things, and so I just left him be like this year. I didn't fool with him, but I did have him on last year. If you're interested, please go back and see that. And then I have some stackable boxes down here that I've placed, and then this sign here. And then over here, this is a wreath that I made, nothing fancy or anything. And then I placed this over here and just added a spider to the basket. I had this little sign that was in the kitchen last year. And then I have my aprons. So that's what that looks like. And let's go ahead and head out to the garage real quick. I'll show you what I've done out here. So I have this that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance. And I added these fake flowers and this spider. And then over here is a few signs that I have. And a few jack-o'-lanterns. A cat. I'll step on back a little bit here so you can see that. Just to greet the guest when they come up. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and head on to the front porch. So we'll go ahead and go back around this way. We'll go to the front porch and then I will show y'all what I have out in the yard. Okay, let me step on back here. I have my witch legs that are in the planter. And then I just placed a witch hat with some hair on it down there. And then a witch broom in the back. Almost like she's fallen down into the planter. And let's see, I have some things over here. I made that broom last year right there. I DIY'd that as well with some pieces of wood. I did that years ago. That was a real easy project. I think that's pretty funny. And I made this wreath as well. Oh, it looks like it's turned around. Maybe it is turned around. Oh, it is. I was gonna say it, I didn't think it looked right. There we go. We had some windy days a few days ago and everything was blowing and I had to put a few things back up that had fallen down. So I think that just kind of got turned around a little bit. I made this sign years ago as well. This is what I have on my chalkboard easel. Looks like that has fallen over. He's hanging with the ladies. And then I have these that I turn on at nighttime. And then here is my metal ladder. It looks like they're riding on a tractor and truck. It don't take much to amuse me, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna step on back here and I will go down the steps, and then I have my Goosey here. I didn't do anything different with her. It's like her bow is turned around. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna step on back so you can see the entire porch. Oh, and then I also have those ghosts that are hung there. All right, and then here is the spider web. I'm gonna step on back with that so you can see, and I have my bats hanging. It's a little bit windy today. It wasn't as windy earlier, but it kind of comes and goes. All right, so then now we're going to go ahead and head on down here to the road, and then I'll show you what I changed out from the fall for Halloween. So just like fall, I have a solar spotlight here that I have shining on here, and I just have a few things that are placed here by the hay. I've had these two, Dracula and Ghost, for many years now, and so I have them placed out here. This is a DIY sign that I made, and then some other pieces here. All right, y'all, let's get ready to go on back inside, and I'll go ahead and finish up for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed this home tour. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, as well as I would love to hear your sweet comments, because y'all always leave me such nice comments and everything, and so I would love to hear from you. And like I said, be on the lookout for some upcoming tours that I have coming up, and hopefully I can get some DIYs out to y'all as well soon. And let's see, was there anything else? I can't think if there's anything else in particular. I will say this, that if you are finding this video for the first time, welcome. I would love for you to come back and join me again. And I'd also love for you to hit that subscribe button. But as always, y'all, thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.